Hello, everybody. This is Johnny S. This is part 4 of Path of Exile. We are going to look at more of specific build that I have made, and there are literally thousands of different builds you can find on Path of Exile from other players. This is one of my favorite builds. I'm going to showcase this build so that people can have an idea of what the end game looks like. So let's log in. And this is the biggest character that I have at this moment. He is a Templar and he's level 100 Inquisitor Ascendancy. Let's double click this to load him. And we're going to go to our hideout as we had seen previously. So let's select our hideout and we will showcase the character from there.
I must have time to gather my will.
So this is what an endgame character looks like. He is quite optimized. I will not say that he's something spectacular. Um, he has quite a few good items. There's obviously much more expensive items that you can use. In general, when I play Path of Exile, I do not go overboard. I will not make a crazy character that has the best in slot that costs multiple divines. Usually, I make characters that are able to do the simple version of the end game. And since we talked about the end game, I will show you what the end game is. The end game is called an atlas. It's shortcut G on your keyboard, and it's going to open this area here. You can see Atlas at the top, and it has different nodes. You can zoom in and out, and you can move around. This is the starting location, so you will start here at the bottom, and slowly you will do maps. When you do maps, additional maps drop. And what is a map? It's basically an instance where you log in, you enter your map. You have 6 portals, so every time you die, you use a different portal. It means that you only have up to 6 attempts to complete a map. A map is a randomly generated layout, and at the end of the map, there's always a boss. The boss has additional drops, let's say, and this is what the end game is like. You basically play maps, you kill bosses, and there's many different integral mechanics onto how to utilize your maps. I'm going to really quickly go through them. On the right hand side, you can see different daily quests that you get, and this can be utilized on your map device in order to activate specific components onto your maps. On the left hand side, there are kind of achievements, let's say, that you unlock, and you can select favorite maps. And if you press Control G, you can open the Atlas passive tree, which is quite overwhelming to have a look at it. This looks very similar to our skills passive tree. So let me press P to show you. This is our skills passive tree, and Control G. So it's very similar. Control G is our Atlas passive tree. What do these two mean? What do these two mean? The Atlas passive tree, pass Atlas skills as they are called, are little components that you can add to your maps, and it will change the content of the maps. Um, what do we mean by content? We mean that there's a large accumulation of seasonal mechanics, which later get transferred to the permanent servers after they are taking some sort of balancing, and this slowly builds up the available content in the game. So you can literally customize your maps here, and you can include or exclude specific mechanics that you want or you don't want. Um, let's go back to the atlas. So Let's take, for example, one of these maps. So this is the Infested Valley maps. If we would like to run one of these maps, just to show you,
I must
you
have
can go
time
to your
to
stash
gather
tab where you have your maps. I have collected 17 of this map and 29 of this map. So let's take this map for example. This is one map. You can add quality to it and you can alchemy and make it, different qualities. So at the moment the map name is white, means it's a normal map. If I upgrade a normal item to a magic item, I can make a magic map. So right click and left click, it changes the name, it increases the quality, the quantity, and there's more rewards the higher maps you have. I can use now one of these items. It upgrades a magic item to a rare item. Right click and left click on the map, and it's going to make it a yellow map. And this is the top quality of a yellow map. As you create maps, it's going to have different negative statistics onto it, which make the map more difficult. But simultaneously, it's going to increase the quality and the drops of the map. So if we have a look at this map, it says that the monsters have more life, which means they're difficult to kill. They have chance to avoid elemental damage. So if you're an elemental character, it's going to make it more difficult. They cannot be stunned, and they have frenzy charges. These are different names, and we're not going to go into a lot of detail, but it basically means that the map is becoming stronger and harder, and you're sacrificing simplicity and ease in order to acquire more, to acquire more loot. If you want to vice versa the procedure, you can use Orbs of Scarring. It removes all modifiers from an item. So right clicking on this will make it back into a white map. And if you want to directly go to a yellow map instead of going to a magic and then upgrading it, you can use this. They upgrades a normal to a rare item. So right click and left click on the map will straight away make it a yellow. So as you've noticed, each one of this currency has a specific functionality that you can use. And this also determines what is the weight of each currency. You know what I mean? There's always a little bit of weight value. So these are lower currency, these are higher currency. Chaos is one of the most common currencies. And it depends on the usage of these currencies and what value they hold. And you have to take this into account when you're actually selling items and you're trading. For demonstration purposes, we're just going to run the map as white. All we've done is we added plus 20 quality, and you add quality with this, improves the quality of the map. So right clicking and left clicking on this, it's going to add quality. At the moment we're maximum, so if I do it, it's not going to do anything. In order to run a map, you go to your map device, which usually you place in the center.
I must have time
It's
to
going to open
gather
an
my
interface. You can actually enable different modifiers onto your map. You can have specific sort of end game bosses mechanics as well, and you can enable your daily quests as well. Let's place the map here. We're not going to select anything from here and activate. Once we activate, you're going to see 6 portals appear, 3 and 3, and clicking into it will actually take us into the map. So let's go into the map to have a look what a map looks like. So there's different layouts. This map is called the Bazaar. There's different layouts. There's dark maps, light maps, jungle maps, sea maps, whatever you want. Depends on how you like and what map you like to run, and you can run a whole bunch of different maps. When you first begin, if you have a look, you can only see a specific area here where I can see, and this is going to slowly uncover, and the point is go towards the end boss. Let's enable our aura for this character. And I'm going to quickly go through it. I'm not going to go into too many complex mechanics. We're going to skip the delirium. So this, as you can see, there's multiple items that are showing on the screen. If you hover all of them, you can actually pick them up, or you can drop them down. At some point of time, it's going to get contested with items, meaning that there's going to be literally hundreds of items on the floor, and it makes it difficult for you to actually see what's going on. There's a little bit of delay. Please forgive the delay. This is because of my internet connection at the moment. It's not the best. So, this will change per computer. So, already, as you've seen, there's like for this specific area, there's like already 20, 30 items. This becomes overwhelming, and this is why it's very important to set up specific filters for your game in order to make this less contested and make it a little bit easier for you to navigate and sort of go through the game. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable one of the filters that I have created. Uh, so in order to enable, you go to options, game, and item filter. I have made multiple filters. The one that I'm using currently is John 4. So as soon as I click this, you're going to see items disappear from the screen, and you're going to see also some of the items display different. So clicking on this, straight away you saw it changed. Save and close. Now all I can see out of all these items that was down is the boots.
Must have time to gather
If you press Alt, you're going to be able to see everything again. But this is a good way to filter out things. I might actually take this and sell it. So this is a good way to actually filter out things and only focus on items that you want. This filter that I have made is quite strict. It's mainly focused on currency items, on this type of items. And you can customize your filter how you want to see them, how big the text is. If you can see here, there's icons. You can change the way they look. There's sound effects that you can add to your filter. So when a map drops, it makes a specific sound. So if you're not paying attention, you can actually hear an item drop, like let's say a little bit further away, and you can actually see it on your map here, and you can go and pick it up. So there's multiple ways that you can customize your filters. Let's pick up these maps here, and we can go slowly go through the map, slowly uncovering the map. So as you see, I'm trying to discover the whole map. We've have a look at this circular square section here. This is a quite good build that I've got at the moment. The build is called Righteous Fire, and usually the name of the builds depend on your main ability. So if you pay attention, I'm literally not doing anything. I'm walking around and I have this huge circle around me which burns enemies. That skill is called Righteous Fire, and it causes damage over time. So I do not have to hit anybody. I can just sit here and slowly enemies are dying around me. This is one of my favorite builds because it's literally just a walking simulator. So let's go through quickly and kill some of these guys. Uncover the map. As you can see, there's almost no item drops, and this is because I've made my filter very strict. But you can change and modify this as best you like. So we can see on the right hand side the minimap. It's a good idea to keep an eye out on your minimaps just to see where you are. There's one item. So my filter is, like I said, very strict. And I also made the items a lot bigger in size, so it's easier for me to click them and pick them up. Obviously, if you have a small sort of icon, it makes it a little bit, more challenging to actually click on it and select it. And in this map, there's two actually game mechanics which have been triggered. One of the mechanics is called Delirium. So basically, you have these rewards here. The whole map is covered with this kind of gloomy, ghostly sort of cloud. And as you kill enemies, these bars will fill up and you get more and more rewards. This is from a specific season and it's called Delirium. So this is one of the ways that I have customized my maps. I like the delirium mechanic, and almost all the maps that I run, they have delirium. Yeah, other players utilize other mechanics. It depends how you want to play your maps. And one more mechanic that was triggered is blight. Blight is basically, we can see it on the map. There's an arrow which shows the direction. You're going to trigger it, and there's going to be specific paths that appear. At the center, there is this pump that you have to protect. Let's open a portal. So you can open a portal at any point of time. Just remember, if you go back to your hideout, you can go back and in 6 times. So whether you die or whether you have picked many items that you want to sell and you need to go to your hideout and come back, you have six chances to go in and out. After that, it closes and that's it. So let's trigger this and have a look on our map here. So it has created one path which goes this way. There's nodes, defensive nodes. Usually what I select is ice, which slows the enemies down. And enemies are going to start appearing from these nodes here. You can see the nodes at the bottom here. And if you achieve to complete everything without getting your pump destroyed, you're going to get specific chests which give you rewards. So this is another nice thing that I like and I do it. My character is quite easy to do this because he just damages everybody around him. So I can literally like sit here on an intersection. If you see here, there's one path, two paths, and another two. And whoever approaches is going to get slowly destroyed. I'm not going to just sit here because you're going to get damaged as well. So you're trying to not die, obviously. And every now and then there will be bosses. So this guy's, we almost died there. So you have to be careful. There's a boss here which causes a lot of damage, and I died. So in this case, I have to quickly resurrect into the town. I have to enable my skills, and I have to go back in. So I just lost one portal. So this is a good example. And we go back. We have to quickly go back in order to make sure that these enemies do not reach our main pump. So this enemy here is causing a lot of damage, that's why I'm dying. Okay, so we have successfully completed. Once you complete, you're going to get a whole bunch of items here, and you start collecting, and from then and on, you have these little things here which you can open, and they can have additional rewards. You collect all this. This is why I have made the text big, so I can easily click onto them. Okay, there's no more rewards, and we can go ahead. As I'm walking, I can open my map as an overlay, and I can just have a quick look of where I am. So there's a little section here, here, and here that I have not discovered. So let's take it, in order. Okay, so we discovered this area here. There's nothing more. There's a little bit more place here. Let's go around here. And this is one of my favorite builds because all you gotta do is just walk around. Everything gets destroyed around you. I do have an attack that I'm throwing some bombs on the ground, which cause fire damage. So these little traps that I actually threw here, if I zoom in, you're going to see these little traps. And after a while, they detonate and they create a lava on the floor, which damages the enemies more. So the whole concept of my build is walk around, burn enemies, and if a strong enemy is somewhere, right click, throw this, and this is going to explode. Keep on throwing traps all over the place, and just explode the area, making lava all over the place, additionally burning. So the whole point of my build here is to burn enemies. Okay, let's go around this way. And at some point, we're going to reach a red gate, which is going to be a boss. We can see on the top and right side of the map, we can actually see the red icon, which indicates that that is where the boss is. Let's pick some of these items. I cannot pick any more of these items. So if you cannot pick any more of the items, they're going to drop back on the floor. See, if I try to click on this, it's just going to drop back down. It means my inventory is full. And we're going to go in and out and sell the items, just to show you how that it's done. We have another 4 portals, if I'm not mistaken, so we can do it quite easily. Let's just uncover the area, and since these items here, let's open a portal here as well. So when we go in, we can pick our items quickly. Let's uncover the last part, which is this one. Okay, there's a little part here as well. There's a rare enemy, and I think we're done. So this is the whole map, and we just uncovered it. We started from the bottom side here. We slowly went here. We did our little mechanic, and now we're on the top hand side where the boss is. Most maps will be similar to this. Different layouts, obviously different effects, and different type of maps, but the concept pretty much is the same. So let's open our inventory. It's filled up. So let's go to our hideout in order to sell some items and make some room. So usually I sell most of these. Sell this item as well. And this is my currency. Let's put everything on inside our stash. What I do is I have selected these maps and I always make them plus 20 quality, which is maximum. And I put them there as well. And I always keep a couple of scrolls to identify items if I need. Let's go back. So we have 4 more portals. Now 3 more portals. Let's pick the items that we have on the floor. And let's go to fight the boss. Let's open our aura. The boss is going to be at the center, and you can see their name because the text at the top of the screen is a little bit different. Oh, that was a lot of damage. So you got to keep an eye out on the damage that you're getting on the left hand side here. Make sure you don't die. Okay. So we're killing the mobs around this last area, and then we're going to focus all our energy on the boss. We'll try to dodge a little bit, so we'll try not to stay a lot still. This is this area here. So as you can see, we went up here and then we entered this portal here, which teleported to this area. Usually, this is what a map looks like. There's a big area where the map is called, and then the boss area. Let's go and kill our boss. The bosses are a little bit difficult. So this is the boss here. You can tell because his name is kind of goldish brownish, and he does a lot of damage. And I'm dead. So because of the modifiers, this might be a little bit difficult for me to finish. I'm not going to spend and waste more time. Let's leave the boss, but this is something that you will do to kill the boss and acquire more loot from him. Let's sell some of the additional items that we got. And this is pretty much it. So this was a demonstration of a map of an existing build. What the build is like. I think it gave a pretty good idea to everybody. We can have a quick look on the items if you would like to see. So these are items fully linked, fully socketed, specific potions. This is the passive tree. So I have chosen this path here. I have went up here, and this is all fire damage over time focused. This is, one of the ways that I have built it. And this is what an end game character would look like. I do not get any XP because I'm top level, so I'm 100. If I was 99, I will have gotten some XP here. So, yep, I thank everybody for watching, and I will bid you good night.